Welcome back for game number 2. In the circle, Grayson Nealon. VolState taking the field. Just getting the late lineup card here. Still filling it out. Caitlin Dillard will be in left field. Savannah White back in center. Abby Merle in right. Third base is Maddie Shinton. We'll flip-flop in the middle infield as Grizzle back in her shortstop position. Dixon over at second. Maddie Goad at first. Back behind the plate is KJ Irwin. Grayson Nealon, the freshman phenom. She's going to face Jordan Wilson. The first pitch is wide. For ball one at 2:37 Central Time. Game time temperature 64 degrees. Wind blowing center field to right field. Nealon, 6'1", freshman from Greenwood High School, Bowling Green, Tennessee. Gabrielle and let me say that right, fouled back. Gabriel, that's how you say that, and Courtney Nealon. Her parents, Garrett and Noah. Her brother, she's got a paw and a granny in Crossville, Tennessee, and a papa and a Mimi in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Not sure if it was her last outing, but a recent outing if it wasn't the last. She had a 5-inning no-hitter. Swing and a foul tip by Wilson. Jordan Wilson was 1 for 3 in game one, a 14-3 victory for VolState in 4.5 innings. Swing and a miss on the changeup. First batter goes down on strikes. Brianna Halsey swings and misses. She's the pitcher in this game. Another swing and a miss. A little bit of movement there on those pitches from Nealon. Grayson in her 20th appearance of the year. It's her 14th start. 2.73 ERA. She's 11-3. 74 innings. She's only given up 54 hits, 34 runs, 29 of those are earned. Has struck out 63 on the season. Just a little less than 1 an inning. Halsey only had 2 at-bats in game one. She was 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, and she's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts as we start here in the top of the first. A little different start for VolState in game two. Gave up 3 unearned runs in the top of the first in game one. That was all that Southwest Tennessee could muster. Addison Pfeiffer had a double in her last at-bat. She went 1 for 3. A couple of strikeouts. Three runs, 5 hits. 4 left on for Southwest Tennessee. They had a couple of errors in the game. 2-0 pitch right down Broadway. 5 for 5, 6 sophomore from Columbia, Tennessee. Went to Spring Hill High School. Came in hitting .440, fouls that one off the screen. She's third in the conference in hitting, 440, and her teammate Brianna Hulsey just went down on strikes, fifth in the conference. VolState's Maddie Shinton is second, I believe. Popped up on the left side. Might be playable. It just gets over the fence. Addison Beach still leading the conference in hitting for Walter State. She's hitting .510. Shinton is second and Pfeiffer third. Pops this one up on the right side. Goads shielding her eyes and gets the glove up in foul territory and makes the catch. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Grayson Nealon. To see how many innings she's gone without giving up a hit or a run. None in that inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Still figuring out my score sheet. I'll try to give you the lineups when I return on the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. Winding the season down. This is the final week of the regular season. Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday for the Lady Pioneers. Men's team will play Thursday and Friday. No midweek game as their weekend series is moved up. Halsey firing in fastballs here. Ball and a strike. She has delivered the most innings pitched for her team, and it's second in the conference. 121 plus innings. Lined over the head of third base coach Christian Lynn. Token effort. But as a former VolState basketball player, he didn't play in the middle. He was a guard, a shooting guard. He might, what do you think, 5'10"? Going there. Ground ball to the left side. There's no chance. Throw gets by the first baseman down to second. She thought about it. Dixon had a momentary lapse there. Thought better of it. She picks up an infield single. That'll bring up shortstop Mally Grizzle. Ball down and a dive. I mean, that was an absolute Superman dive right there by Dixon. And a stolen bag. She had one in game one. Grizzle swings and misses. Malley had a hit in 4 plate appearances in game 1. Our first Chick-fil-A Gallatin foul ball off to the right side. Apparently the Lady Pioneers did not get one out of the fenced-in area. Grizzle had a triple. Reached on a walk, and she's going to go down looking as that pitch catches the inside corner for strike 3. Anaya Dawson, the 3-hole hitter. The DP here in game 2. To be followed by Maddie Goad, the first baseman. Dawson was 2 for 3 in game 1. Scored 2 runs. She had a double. Both those hits and runs scored were in that 13-run second inning for VolState. Two balls and a strike. Popped up. That will get out of play. Another Chick-fil-A Gallatin foul ball. Dawson, a freshman from Goodlettsville, Tennessee, attended Donaldson Christian Academy. Anaya came in hitting .390. Full count Ministries, full count. The runner at second, 1 out. Takes ball 4. Brings up Maddie Goad. Goad, also a freshman. She's from Tullahoma, Tennessee, the Tullahoma Wildcats. Ground ball to third. Crook steps on the bag, throws across the diamond. That's a 5-3 inning-ending double play. Nice play there by Crook down at third base. Bella with the stab, the step, and the throw. Ball State goes down without scoring a run. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 runner was left aboard. We're through 1, no score. We're at the VolState campus here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Grayson Nealon delivers strike to Giuliana Simmons. Swings and misses. Simmons 2 for 3 in game 1. Pops this one up. Shallow center field. No, that's going to stay in the infield, and Alyssa Dixon's going to make the catch. On the infield dirt. That'll bring up Bella Crook to be followed by Farrah Gomez. Crook 0 for 1 with a walk in game one. Swing and a miss. You can see I'm not paying too much of attention to the scoreboard. I'm missing my my helper for baseball, Dawson Sweetland. Swing and a miss. Women's softball team doesn't have as many injured players, so I don't have anybody to pick from there. VolState baseball got a mash unit going on. So I've got somebody that does that. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for strikeout number 3 for Grayson Nealon. The tall freshman. Now with 66 on the year. In 76 innings of work. Catches the outside corner. Farrah Gomez playing left field. She finished the game in the circle for Southwest Tennessee. She was 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs in game one at the plate. Ball and a strike. VolState won game one 14-3. No score here in the second contest. Nealon with 2 out, nobody on, delivers. That is at the knees for a called strike. No other action in the TCCAA today. The only game in town or across the state. We were expecting bad weather here in Middle Tennessee yesterday. This game originally scheduled for yesterday, but got moved to Sunday with bad weather report. Foul tip straight back. Yesterday in conference action, Cleveland State at Roan State doubleheader has not been shown on the TCCAA website. Walter State defeated Motlow State in the doubleheader yesterday. Ground ball to short. Grizzle bobbles, gloves, and the throw is just a little too high and wide to Goad. And Gomez will reach on the error. That will be on the throw. That'll bring up Stephanie Johnson. Walter State won 7-3 and 11-3 over Motlow State. Two outs is Stephanie Johnson, who went 0 for 2 in game one, swings and misses. Got some folks sitting out underneath the new batting cage. Looks like a nice pavilion right now. As soon as they get the netting in there, then it'll look like a batting cage. Identical structure located at the baseball complex as well. They got those once the 2 thumbs up came, they got after it on the construction of those 2 pavilions that will turn into batting cages, one right down the left field line just outside of your viewing area. Here as we're running one camera, not sure what the issue is for my other camera. I tried to dial in a setting. Not working. 2-1 pitch to Johnson, misses down. Stephanie Johnson, a 5'6" freshman from Jackson, Tennessee, went to Southside High School. It's the old South Side, North Side, and she draws the walk. First walk of the game by Nealon. That'll bring up Emma Fair, the right fielder. Fair was 0 for 2 in game one with a couple of strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Caitlin Davis, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. None were earned in game one. She had a walk, 6 strikeouts. That put her just over 100. She has 101 strikeouts now on the season. Second behind her teammate Courtney Denreiter, who came in with 106, which was second in the conference. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fair. Roan State's Emma McTavish is the leader in strikeouts for the conference. Fair could not hold up on that high pitch, and she is a strikeout victim. The 4th of the game for Nealon. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error. 2 runners left aboard. Back with the bottom of the second, still no score. Wes Buckner heading out the first base coach's box. And our number 1 camera is up and running just in time for Maddie Shinton to line one off the glove of Bella Crook. Shinton been going all after the third baseman for Southwest Tennessee and finally gets one by her. Shinton had a single in game one, but a couple of ground outs right to the third baseman, Crook. This one, she gets in there for a do-dat double to lead off the second. And now Abby Merle steps to the plate. She squares the bunt on pitch called a strike. 2 hits in the game for VolState, both leading off the inning. There's a bunt right in front of the plate. The throw could not be handled. Glove knocked off of Faulkner. And a run comes in. Not an RBI. It's going to be an error, I think. Now we're having that issue again with the camera. Not sure why that's happening. There it is again. It wasn't happening, and then now it's like it has a mind of its own. But it is 1-0. No RBI to Merle. Shinton came home to score on the air as KJ Irwin. Now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. KJ working hard to be that Toyota Gallatin player of the game, she said. She was 2 for 3 in game one. A strong candidate for sure. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. She even had a stolen base. Down that first base, and Simmons snags that one. Out number 1. 3 unassisted to retire Irwin. Well, a quick meeting here, apparently, by David Wade, assuming he's the pitching coach for Keith Gentry, head coach for Southwest Tennessee. I did not find out how many years Keith has been there. Let's see if their website indicates. It says that Keith Gentry is in his 22nd season as a Southwest coach. Now the question is this up-to-date information? My experience is across the conference is that coaches' bios are not updated annually. I typically ask the coach before start of the day, how many years you've been with the program? I failed to do that with Keith. He's been there a long time, though. Savannah White was our Toyota Gallatin player of the game. 3 for 3. 3 runs scored, 2 driven in. 2 of those 3 hits were triples. Chick-fil-A of Gallatin foul ball. Cal moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. White came in hitting 290s. That pops in and out of the glove of Pfeiffer behind the plate. She picked up, Savannah did, her first 2 triples of the year. Now has 12 hits as the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. 2 outs brings up Caitlin Dillard. Second strikeout of the game by Halsey. Dillard 0 for 2. Scored 2 runs. Reached on an error and grounded out. Lays down a bunt right in front of the plate. Pfeiffer out. Throws down to first, and they just get Dillard. 2-2. I think that's the first baseman that made that grab on the bunt. 1 run in the inning. It was, let's see if that's unearned. Might be an earned run. I'm going to go earned. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error that caused the consternation on my part as to whether it was earned or not. But VolState after 2 leads 1-0. That 1 up there is actually a 1 and not an 11 on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. We'll be right back. Still not working. Still trying to effort to fix that zoomed camera. Carly Riddick getting her first at-bat of the day. We have some defensive changes. Kirsten Smith, the new right fielder, as Abby Merle moves over to center. 1-1 count now to Riddick. Grayson Nealon still in the circle for VolState. It's 9-1-2 due up here in the top of the third for Southwest Tennessee. Pitch out of the zone, got Riddick fishing. I think the rest of the defense is still the same. Go through that here after this pitch. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout. That's 5 through the first 9 for Nealon. Not really a strikeout pitcher. She's collected 5 here. In 2 1/3, we'll face Jordan Wilson, who was a strikeout victim. Her first time at the plate. Maddie Shinton still at third. Mally Grizzle at short. Alyssa Dixon at second. Maddie Goad at first base. KJ Irwin still behind the plate. Caitlin Dillard in left. Popped up. That'll get out of play. The 0-2 misses outside. Ground ball not swung on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. VolState came in with a tie with Chattanooga State. 23-3 at the top of the conference. Chattanooga State only has 2 more conference games. Swing and a foul tip to keep the at-bat alive for Jordan Wilson, the shortstop. Chattanooga State they will take on Roan State at Roan on Wednesday. Full Count Ministries, full count. VolState, after this doubleheader with Southwest, they will face Cleveland State in non-conference action and then Jackson State on Saturday to finish out the conference season. Popped up. That is down the left side, and it will land foul. Dillard gave chase, as did Grizzle, but neither could catch up with that one. The count remains full. Walter State at 17-7 is in third place. Dyersburg State and Roan State all battling for third place. And the lady division or softball is being operated as Wilson goes down on strikes on a pitch that winks at the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's 3 in a row set down by Nealon. In softball and TCCAA, all teams will get into the conference tournament, which has been the way the conference tournaments have worked for both baseball and softball. Baseball's doing something different this year. If you win the conference, then you get a bye into the conference tournament as Halsey swing and misses. Down the count 0-2, 2 outs, nobody on. There'll be 5 3-game series played in baseball where the team that finishes in second place will host the 11th seed. 3 will host 10 and on down the line. So 5 series to be played at the 2nd place through 7th place, I believe. Fly ball to left field. Caitlin Dillard hauls that one in for out number 3. And then 6 teams will go to the conference tournament in baseball. Those tournaments are both played at Columbia State this year. I saw that Columbia State's baseball field was in use. They hosted Pellissippi State, and I believe they won a 3-game series down there at Columbia. We'll be back for the bottom of the 3rd when we return on the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the G version of broadcast. Sliced down the third base line by Dixon. Throw is high and gets by Simmons at first. Dixon's rounding second. She's not going to stop there. The throw is not in time. Dixon reaches. What may turn into let's see if it's an infield single and a 2-base error by Crook. See how the officials score. On Game Changer rules that. Dixon, they may do it right now showing an error, so I'm assuming a 3-base error. I can't disagree with that. Good throw would have had Dixon. There's a line drive by Grizzle. 2 pitches and 2 batters have come to the plate. One has reached and one has lined out. That's Mally Grizzle. She's now 0 for 2. Faulkner caught that. Otherwise, it was going to catch her. Now Nia Dawson does something novel. She takes a pitch. See if camera 1 is still looking like we're playing in the middle of the night. Fouled off the screen. You know, we do have the president up here in the box, and she did make a suggestion. Have you turned it off and turned it back on? Let's try that. Called strike. Dawson walked but was stranded. At first, that's off the end of the bat. A little soft pop-up out to Wilson at shortstop. Out number 2. To bring up Maddie Goad, who grounded into a 5-3 double play to end the first. See my fat hand in front of that other camera. It's where you can tell one camera is right in front of the other one. Working on a new setup, I understand here, though. Dr. T's got it going on. Telling you, no, there's not much dust around here. Nothing growing, but good stuff here at VolState. Finishing up her 2nd year here as the head of the Pioneers. Came up from Louisiana. What was the name of that place you were at? Louisiana Delta Community College. Ball's lifted out to right center field, back and off the screen. That is a 2-run home run for Maddie Goad. That's the first home run of the day. That puts VolState up 3-0. Godu leads the team in RBIs with 62 coming in. Picks up her first 2 of the day. Let me make sure that's correct. It is. That is home run number 13 of the season. Unearned runs, but runs nonetheless. It's been the story of the day for both teams. Flied out to center field, but Johnson underneath it to make the catch as Shitten swung at the first pitch. She doubled her first time up. She's now 1 for 2. As VolState scratches for 2 in the third against Brianna Halsey. Those runs are unearned on 1 hit, 1 error. No runners left aboard. 3-0 after 3. VolState leads. We'll get to the right inning here, top of the 4th. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Southwest Tennessee. Addison Pfeiffer looks at a called strike. Let's see if camera one. Nope, camera one still does not have. I did some moving around on it early, so I'm going to have to undo what I did. But it worked well for about, game 1, I thought. I didn't see it have a problem, so it's almost like it got tired. Well, that's well hit out to left field, and that's going to hit right at the base of the High Point Health sign. And Addison Pfeiffer with her second double of the day. That's the first hit of the game for Southwest. As I was just trying to look up when was the last hit given up by Grayson Nealon. She had a 5-inning no-hitter at Snead State back on April 13th. In the Columbia State game, she gave up 2 hits. As Juliana Simmons looks at a called strike. She got the win in that game, that Columbia State. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Struck out 7 in that game as Simmons swings through a fastball. VolState won game 1 14-3. Trying to get the doubleheader victory. Changeup swung on and fouled off to the left side. Shinton gives it a look, and it lands right next to Garrett Bruce and Eric Abbott, former VolState baseball and softball players. Erica was our guest in game 1. She was a surprise guest up here in the press box. She's now at the University of Alabama, Huntsville. One of the top players a year ago. Lifted out to right field. Kirsten Smith with her first action. She makes the catch and gets it back in quickly to the infield. Simmons now 0 for 2. Brings up third baseman Bella Crook. She was a strikeout victim in the second inning. She takes a pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. The 0-1. Lifted out to right field. Kirsten Smith over. She's going to make another grab. Couple of plays for the Louisville, Kentucky native. She's come on for Savannah White. VolState with a 3-game winning streak right now. Modest 3-game. They've had winning streaks of 11 games and 12 games during the year. Now 42-13 overall, 24-23, which is now first place all alone for the Lady Pioneers, 22nd ranked team in the country. Farrell Gomez reached on an error her first time up. Now down in the count 0-2 with 2 outs and a runner at second. Just gets a piece of that one. That win against Snead State for VolState, 11-0 mercy rule. They lost to Snead State 8-4 in game 1 of that doubleheader. Gomez in the mode of I'm going to swing at anything thrown up to the plate. Hit that one. It was about eye high. Big week coming up in VolState. Setting up cones up there in the athletic parking lot as there's a swing and a miss. And another strikeout. That's the 7th of the game for Grayson Nealon. She does give up her first hit in a couple of games, so we'll see if Christian Lynn takes her out for poor performance. I would assume not. 4 innings in. She's given up the only one hit. Struck out 7. A big highlight. What's a big highlight we got for VolState is Dr. Wendy Tossenson is here in the press box. Oh, we got defense training. We gonna grapple. Is there gonna be some grappling going on? All staff. I mean, we got to video that. No, we're just watching.
We've got a guest speaker coming in that'll talk about if you've had anything happen on campus.
Okay, so is it an active shooter awareness, or are we just talking about, hey, if somebody pulls up and? Okay, so all kinds of. Okay. Hand to hand. Okay. Okay. And that's an all-day training on Friday? Okay. No school on Friday, so that's the staff. There's some construction still going on. That's what my man Sergeant Richards, I want to say, was the officer that I talked to. He was putting some cones down up in the parking lot by the athletic department, and he said that he thought there was some new flooring maybe going in. Is that the new Locker room for women's soccer and volleyball? Okay. That was my guess. Abby Merle at the plate. She reached on an error last time. She tries to slice one down that left field line. Gets it off of the bullpen screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Getting the update on what's happening here on campus at VolState from Dr. Wendy Tossenson, the president. There is, if you drive by here on Nashville Pike, 1-2 pitch. That's lifted out to left center field. That's going to get down. And Merle, she doesn't stop at first very often. If she does, she just goes ahead and swipes the bag. But that's a leadoff double. That's not just a double. It's a Dudek Communications double. That's a road that's going in front of the Raymer building that's going to go over and connect with that parking lot that goes nowhere over by the Pickle Field House. KJ Irwin at the plate. It's grounded too short. Merle's going to be tug out. No. She got her foot on the base. The throw from the shortstop Wilson over to Crook. Merle did not slide, so a fielder's choice allows Irwin to reach. VolState fortunate there because that should have been an out at third base. Now Kirsten Smith will get her first at bat. She came in defensively for Savannah White in at right field. A ball and a strike to the sophomore. Kirsten did not play in game one. Came in hitting .319 in her 44th game. And another Chick-fil-A at Gallatin foul ball over toward the fire hall number 2 for Gallatin Fire Department. A lot of folks sitting out there in left field and left center. Got some on blankets in dead center as Smith stays alive. Kirsten had been playing pretty regular as the DP last couple of weeks, especially when Grizzle is down as she swings and misses there. First out on the strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Hulsey. Runner's still at the corners. Caitlin Dillard. We'll have to wait till a whole bunch of softballs get thrown in. Those are all those Chick-fil-A at Gallatin foul balls. So Merle's down at third with a leadoff double. Irwin reaches first on the fielder's choice. Dillard at the plate. Looks at ball one. Caitlin laid down a bunt, but Addison Pfeiffer, the catcher, came out quickly and threw down to first to retire her to end the second inning. There's a ground ball to short. This should score one. They get the force at second, but an RBI. Fielder's choice for Dillard scores Merle. And VolState leads 4-0. Back to the top of the lineup, Alyssa Dixon. She likes to swing at the first pitch, does not. Runner is in there on the stolen bag. Little sideways slide. For Caitlin Dillard. And the bunt laid down. Quick throw, but not in time to get Dixon. Dixon starts to go, the throw down to second. And Alyssa will return runners at the corners with 2 out. So a bunt single for Dixon. She has an infield single and a bunt single. Been on base all 3 times. Reached on an error in the third. Line drive into right field by Grizzle, and it gets by the right fielder. 1 run will score. Here comes run number 2. Can Grizzle get all the way home? Rounding third, and the throw, not in time. Mally Grizzle with an inside the park 3-run homer. Once that ball got by Fair in right field, Emma Fair, it got all the way to the wall. Grizzle runs extremely well. Make sure that's how they scored that. There's no error in it. There you go. 3-run homer brings up Anaya Dawson. Looks at ball 1. Popped up in the infield. Crook says she's got it, and she does for out number 3. But 4 runs in the 4th. Give VolState the touchdown lead over Southwest Tennessee. 1 more run, and we would have been 3 outs away from the possible mercy rule, but going to have to play in the bottom of the 5th. We'll take a break and be right back. Got a call to the bullpen. Courtney Denrider comes out for the top of the 5th. And she will drive through a fastball to Stephanie Johnson for a called strike. Denrider leads the conference in strikeouts per 7 innings. So basically a strikeouts per game. And if she threw a whole 7-inning game, on average, she'd strike out 11 plus batters in a game. Don't ask me how you strike out part of a batter, but that's just how numbers work. 0-2 pitch, and there it is. A strikeout for Courtney Denrider. VolState leads 7-0, so they will have to bat in the bottom of the 5th. And if they keep Southwest scoreless here in the top of the 5th, they'd have a chance with a 1 run to walk it off. Swing and a miss by Emma Fair. Emma struck out in the 2nd. She's a sophomore from Dyersburg, Tennessee. Went to Dyer County High School. 5'4", playing in right field. So there is a road that you won't be able to get to the road that's in front of the Raymer building from Nashville Pike. But once you're on campus and you get over there to visit Dr. T in the Raymer building, and then if you want to go over and maybe shoot some hoops with Johnny Lynn, the head men's basketball coach, or Otis Key, the head women's basketball coach, there's another strikeout. then you don't have to go out on the Nashville Pike, or you don't have to drive around the ring road behind the school. You can just strut your stuff right in front of the school, right there as you drive up to the Toyota Gallatin. You can see all the new cars and trucks they got over there. Carly Riddick gets her second at-bat. Slices one foul off to the right. Courtney Denrider comes in and doing what she does, striking out batters. She's not from around here. She's from Lena, Wisconsin. Don't say she's from a dairy farm. She's not. She's from a beef farm. High and tight, 2 balls and a strike. She's 5'10" sophomore, transfer from Indian Hills Community College. If you're wondering where Indian Hills is located, it's in Iowa. She went to Coleman High School, and she's just a pitch away from striking out the side. A biology major, daughter of Paul and Denrider and Aaron Dal Santo, sister to Kobe, grandpa and grandma there in Oconto, Wisconsin. Grandpa and grandma in Lena. As a 2-2, Mrs. Wide, full count Ministries, full count. And she's looking good, feeling good out there on the mound. Got that black sleeve on that right arm. Rocks and fires, and that's a foul ball. Courtney appearing for the 22nd time. That's second on the club. 6-2 record. This is not a save situation or she's not in line for the win. 63 innings, 106 strikeouts coming in. She now has 108 on the season. As I said, 11.6 strikeouts per game. That's a 7-inning contest. Only allowed 41 hits. Has walked 50. That's been a little bit of an issue for her, is control at times. But right now it's not. Full count pitch right down Broadway, and she gets the swing and a miss. And 3 strikeouts in the inning. VolState needs 1 to walk it off and pick up the doubleheader victory. We'll take a break and be right back on the VolState Sports Network. VolState will send up Maddie Goad to the plate. 4, 5, and 6. But that ball is smashed out to center field. It will one-hop the fence. Goad, who hit her 13th home run, her last plate appearance, picks up a double. And she is the winning run out at second base. 2 for 3 in this game. And Maddie Shinton at the plate. She's 1 for 2. Shinton had a double. And a 1 run, and VolState will walk it off. Shinton picked up her 16th double. She and Addison Pfeiffer, she took a huge cut at that. Fouls it off. She was looking to end it, have the score 9-0. She has 18 home runs on the season. She'd be happy to walk it off with number 19 here. And she might have just done it. That ball is high, and it is deep, and it is gone. Maddie Shinton walks it off. A 2-run home run as Shinton picks up number 19. And she and Maddie Goad are battling for the team lead in RBIs. Shinton, I don't think she had an RBI in game one. VolState wins this one 9-0 after the 14-3 victory in game one. This game takes even less time, 1 hour and 5 minutes for VolState to get the 9-0 victory. Maddie Goad doubles, and Shinton ends it with a 2-run home run. A smoke shot to just to the right of the American flag out in center field. That makes a winner out of Grayson Nealon. Goodbye to the Tostensons, Dr. Wendy Tostenson and Kyle, her husband. Grayson Nealon moves to 12-3 on the season, getting the victory. And Brianna Halsey, she falls to 8-14 on the season. No save in the game. VolState gets their 43rd victory of the year. It's her 25th in conference play, as they are now 2 games up on Chattanooga State in first place, which gets you home field, I think, throughout the tournament. Maybe it ends after a couple of games in those tournaments like that. The tournament is looming. This is the final season of regular season play this week. Let's find our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. You get a walk-off home run, I think you pretty much have to at least be a co. We might have a couple, 2 or 3. Grayson Nealon with 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. It's got to be one of the Toyota of Gallatin players of the game. Congratulations to her. Maddie Goad, 2 for 3. 2 runs. She had a home run and a double, as did Maddie Shinton. She was 2 for 3. Double and a home run. 2 RBIs. Also an inside the park home run by Mally Grizzle. I don't think I even said how many home runs she had on the season. That was home run number 4 for Mally Grizzle. Didn't leave the park. She gets a home run nonetheless. But we are going to add Maddie Goad and Maddie Shinton to the Toyota of Gallatin players of the game. It's going to go Maddie's Goad and Shinton. Let's get a Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We didn't do one in game one. I've been thinking about this one as reading in the book of Galatians this week with my VolState baseball discipleship group. Galatians chapter 6, verses 9 through 10. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. Thanks to Full Count Ministries for the use of their camera equipment. I'll try to get that camera number 1 back working again. I'm sure that's user error on my part. VolState gets the walk-off victory with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th. Brianna Halsey goes 4+ innings. 8 hits in the game, 9 runs. I think only 7 of those were earned. or Halsey. VolState gets the victory, 9-0. Thanks for joining me on the VolState Sports Network. I'll be back on the air with Lady Pioneers softball. Maybe they'll move up in the rankings even again. There's 22nd currently. Tuesday, the rankings will be redone, so we'll check and be back on the air on Wednesday. Take on Cleveland State non-conference action. Those games are scheduled for 1 and 3 p.m. For Dr. Wendy Tossenson, who's been our guest up in the press box. She's a fan when she's up here, along with her husband, Kyle. Athletic Director Bobby Hudson's been handling the concession stand here for the doubleheader. And for Christian Lynn, the coach here for the Lady Pioneers, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you again for watching and listening on the VolState Sports Network.